Hello and Swaddy Carp, Ricky and Isaan here. Just out here on the, I'm in town on the Boyai to Chaipoom road here. This road, I haven't got my phone on me, believe it or not, but this road, it'd have to be 50 Ks, maybe 45. They're duplicating the whole thing from Chaipoom City to Boyai District. Believe it or not, contracted for 20 years. When they told me this is a 20-year project, I nearly fell over. It's gonna be an absolute headache for the next, I believe they're in the second year now, but for the next, I guess, 19, 18 years, it's going to be an absolute headache to live around here. Thankfully in town, it's already duplicated. They're removing the traffic lights, putting a roundabout in, which will make life easier. So there should be too many disruptions in town, but when we need to get a Boyai and Chaipoom, and that will be very likely daily once the babies grow up and need to go to school, it's going to make life tricky, isn't it? Just here in my favourite little restaurant, even though I've got the restaurant at home, I still come here a few times a week. My favourite little restaurant in town, just a little shack on the side of the road. Gonna get myself a pad caprese, absolutely fantastic here. Took the motorbike, which I haven't done in a while. Didn't need to get anything from Wishco or any of the shops for the mini mart. So I got to take the motorbike for once. I'm only driving it a couple times a week now. I've had this thing for 2 years, it's only done 10,000 Ks. I was looking at the speedo on the way here. Really looking forward to this pad caprese. It's about 1 PM. And it's empty. If I come here at 12, struggle to get a seat sometimes. So I'm pretty happy coming a bit later and getting a feed. First feed of the day actually. I haven't had breakfast or anything. And then I'm gonna head back home. I've got a bit of a problem at home I gotta have a look at. So we'll have a look at it. Maybe some of the viewers might have an idea as to what's going wrong with the issue I've got. But first, we'll get stuck into this pad caprese. While I wait for the food to cook, I must say, pretty nice weather today. It's not too hot. The air is clean, there's no wind, almost a blue sky I suppose. Pretty blue over there. For whatever reason I forgot my phone, so I can't check the radar to see if there's any rain coming this afternoon. My phone's at home, I can't figure out how far it is from Chaipoom to Boyai. I'll put the stats up, but yeah, beautiful day. This is the perfect day out here in Isaan. These roadworks are going to make life difficult for all these businesses though. There's a lot of businesses getting affected. They want to put in drainage and everything. I don't know, they're going to have to dig up here. It's going to really affect a lot of businesses for a 50K radius. But I guess that's part of living in Isaan. Roadworks everywhere, no matter where you go. If you go on a few hour drive, you're going to find roadworks, aren't you? Oh, restaurant to myself, brilliant. So here we are, the 50 baht pad caprese with the minced pork and the fried egg on top. We also get a little bowl of broth, which is absolutely fantastic. Looks like the egg's runny. So I always break it up and flip it onto the rice. Let that egg yolk pour onto the rice, but pad caprese here is always fantastic. No one can do it as good as here, from what I've eaten at anyway. The little restaurant at home is all good, but, and the pad caprese there is nice, but it's just not as good as here. This is my spot, this is my spot. Oh, just all the flavours are there, just always perfect. Bit of broth. And you can't go wrong for the value. Like I can eat this every day for lunch just about. Not always open though, been closed the last couple of days when I've zipped past. And like I said, it's sometimes hard to get a seat. But for the price, I mean, very affordable, and it's a great meal, and it's a decent sized portion. Like, there's a decent amount of rice, a decent amount of ingredients overall there. And I'm sure everyone's got their own little spot. I'm sure no matter where you live, you've got your own little restaurant that provides great food. This is just my little spot, I guess. I thought it'd be worth sharing it, and I'll probably share it again with the viewers because, yeah, I just love coming here. Right on the side of the road. So unique to me anyway. You wouldn't find anything like this back home in the West. That's the meal absolutely smashed down. Brilliant. Definitely my favourite dish. Let me know in the comments. I'm curious because I might learn of a new dish to try. What is your favourite Thai dish? Mine's definitely pad kaprao. And second would be pad see eel with tofu. That's well and truly up the rankings now. But yeah, let me know in the comments. What is your favourite Thai dish? So we're out here in the back of the house where we've got the veggie garden and the papaya trees. We've got a bit of an issue with the septic tank. It keeps filling up with water. Haven't actually come to have a look at it. Why it's filling up the water. There's a lot of water over here. But I'd say that's, well, this is where the shower drains. Maybe it's the shower draining and that's filling up the septic tank. Let's have a look, shall we? So there isn't a proper plug for our septic tank, as when they first came to empty it, they couldn't undo it, so they just sort of broke it. Just had a look off camera and yeah, it's just open underneath those 2 planks of wood. So I'm going to assume the shower, which comes out here, and that's absolutely filthy, so that needs a good clean. So the shower water, which just comes out the wall, is coming across here. So there's not much of a level. And that's the reason the septic tank's filling up. But why is it happening only recently? I don't know. So what I might do is I might give it a clear. We've also got the actual water main leaking here, so I'll give that a bit of a fix. Probably why there's so much water here. And then, I mean, I guess I'll see how it goes over the next week or two. Because lately, we got the septic tank emptied, and then literally a week later it's full again. It's just me and the missus living here. We should be getting, a good 3 months out of it. So it's the first time I've actually bothered to come have a look though, because I'm not very handy. I've also considered, and I'd like to know people's thoughts and ideas because I don't know a lot about it, and the missus doesn't really know either. Would it be worth, I know they take 20 years to start producing, would it be worth putting a durian tree here? You can still grow the leafy greens underneath it, the herbs. It'll actually give them a bit of sun protection. And then in 20 years' time, you're going to be producing some of the fruit. Would that be worth it? Plenty of plants and it's like chili trees growing quite close to the septic tank. Don't know about that. I don't really come out here and pick much of it. Thought I'd have a look at these papaya trees. I guess they're starting to produce. I don't know, is it all year round? We've got a lot of papaya trees. I don't really like papaya. I'm more a mango man. I wouldn't mind some mango trees. Wonder if we could squeeze a couple in here. So this is the Mrs. Parents' house. They do have a mango tree here, but obviously they only produce for what, 6 or 8 weeks a year, I believe. Just a standard rice shed at the back. Next door too, I think, it doesn't look like much at the moment now, but they generally have a nice little setup at the back here with all their plants going, but they've got nothing at the moment actually. Wonder why that is. And then the other side, the Mrs. Aunt's house, they got a nice little setup at the back here. Plenty of banana trees, don't see any bananas though. And they were producing something back here not long ago, but again, maybe it's just not the season. I do like though that, I mean, basically every tree produces something. You're not just planting a tree out here for the aesthetics of it. That produces mangoes as well, or a type of mango anyway. It looks like a great big old tree, but it definitely has some. Got coconuts over there. Just everywhere you look, there's a tree with something growing. Especially once you've lived here for a while, you get the eye for it, which is absolutely fantastic. I'll get stuck into fixing up this septic tank, and it's basically full now again. It hasn't rained for a while, so I don't think it could be the rain. We had a few showers, but nothing heavy, nothing big, so I'll get stuck into that, and then hopefully that's the issue. I mean, obviously, if there could be another potential issue, anyone has an idea, let me know, but I'm not the most savvy person when it comes to building and crafting, but I'll have a crack and have a learn anyway. So I think I found the issue. I've turned the water back on. I believe I fixed that pipe that was leaking water. Let's have a look. Yeah, so that pipe's good underneath. There's a little bit of dripping there. I might have to do a further fix on the other pipe, but I reckon it was this. So, I mean, this is just a shower drain, the pipe that comes out. And I noticed this pipe was sitting over here, so I reckon it's popped off or someone's taken it off because it looks like it originally went over there. There's a bit of a groove in the land. So that's a perfect fit. I popped that on. So now when a shower drains, just drains out here, I guess it goes next door into their land. But that should be it, I reckon. I reckon that was all that was filling up the septic tank, because there's no other logical reason for it. Like I said, we've had barely any rain, a few showers for half an hour at most, and it hasn't even been that heavy. A bit of drizzling the other night. So, a bit of silicon here, but only there. It's a bit odd. But yeah, there's no other logical reason why the septic tank's filling up. The toilet's not leaking, like it's not running water continuously. So, I mean, hopefully that's the issue. It's 120 baht every time you want to get it emptied. So it's not huge money, but I mean, you don't want to be doing it every week. It's more just a pain getting the trucks to come in. You've got about 2 or 3 go past every day, and you've got to hear them coming and run out and tell them to come in and pump the septic tank. I mean, they're probably loving it if they're getting called in all the time, they're getting business, but yeah, it's just a bit of a pain, really. The dog's not too happy. Come here, boy. He's a bit wet. We're just out for the afternoon walk, and decent rainstorm come through. Right as I was talking this video earlier today about how we haven't been getting any rain, and it's still going hard now. It was pretty heavy before. We're out swimming in the lake, and yeah, I could hear it coming. There wasn't a lot we could do. I had the dog tied up under the tree. He was out of the sun. You know, he's pretty happy sitting there watching me swim. And you could hear the rain coming. There's just nothing we could do. We had to cop it. And the 10-15 minute walk back in the rain. So we're gonna have a look at the septic tank, see if it looks like we're copping any water in it. Oh, we've got this big bucket of water on top, which doesn't help. Let's have a look under. Oh, maybe a bit. Nah. There's a bit of water. Bit of water on the cement, but not enough to fill up the septic tank, especially when we haven't had that much rain at all. We might add a few mil at worst. So I'm pretty confident it was just the shower when it all flows out, flowing in there. Let me get back inside. Bit of thunder now, so definitely glad I'm not still in the lake. It wasn't bad with the rain. I stayed out there for a bit, but it just started getting too heavy that I couldn't really see, and then I was a bit worried about the dog who was tied up under the tree, and I could see him. He didn't look too happy in the distance. It's all right now. He seems quite relaxed. Hey, you all right? Heavy rain, and it's still still cop customers to the mini mart. Just getting their little carton of milk.